Oh, so I'm like 1 minute late, I think. And why am I a minute late? And I look a hot mess, but no worries, guys. Um, am I talking low? I probably am. I'm on my laptop this time because I don't know why the last couple of times I was trying to go live from my phone, it was really like grainy. So I don't know what that was, but seems to be pretty good on this laptop. So I'm not on my mic and all that stuff either. I'll get it together later. I didn't also play with my lighting this time. I just turned the light on and I literally just took my headscarf off and threw on a shirt instead of the wrinkled t-shirt that I had on laying around and got on. And so, well, I washed my face and put some lotion on because it was looking really dry. I did my little night routine. I don't know if I look okay. I see my age, but hey, it is what it is. So I had a very interesting day. Um, Yesterday, someone shared with me a post about something that's going on in my community. And it's pretty much a building. Well, a new school is being built. The school already exists. It's going to a different location. It's going to be a new building. And the school is being put in a neighborhood. And so there's been some uproar about it. And some people have been going to board meetings and hosting meetings to discuss why they don't want the school in their neighborhood. And this just happens to be the school that I work at. But that has nothing to do with it, honestly. And I normally don't comment on things that are related to my job because I understand that when you work in a public position, then you're in the public eye to be criticized and ridiculed about your opinion. Even though it's my own personal opinion, people tend to want to uh, judge you for it. So I try to, walk a thin line when it comes to discussing it. So what made me want to respond to what I saw was the person was going on about, the neighborhood being in jeopardy of having home invasions and different things like that, and the businesses around being burglarized. And I saw one of the students that currently attends the school on the post trying to defend her school and advocating for herself and for her peers. And it saddened me. It really did. I felt like, where have we, what type of society are we when we no longer take up for children? I get it. Sometimes people don't see high school kids as kids, but they are. And if you ever had a conversation with any of them or came by the school, you would see that they are just children still. No matter if they are in ninth grade or if they're in senior in high school, they are still kids and open to learn and grow. And I felt sad by that because I'm sitting here thinking, I feel the same way this young lady does, yet I don't have the guts to say anything, and nor do the people who teach and nurture her and the community that's supposed to protect her. And yet she feels the need to stand at the front line and defend herself. So that is what made me respond. And I don't feel bad about that because I will forever be an advocate for the students that I serve. That's really what a school counselor does. We are the advocate for students. And I spoke up for my kids in that moment that they are not criminals and they are not thugs. And to think that having a school in your neighborhood is going to bring that is it's a bit much. It's just a telltale sign of what they truly think of our children in the community. And that's just it. And from coming from someone who lives by a bar, I would rather a school move into my neighborhood and you can take the bar that I live behind with you. You understand? Like, I've literally seen someone die in my backyard. Like, literally watch someone lay down with the sheet covered over them, heard them be shot, heard the chaos, and not just once, and had to see people being wounded and fights and people passing out and being robbed and all of these things in my backyard where I live. And so I just see it differently. And I titled this Two Things Can Be True, in that we can two people, three, four, five can share different opinions. And it doesn't mean that those opinions are wrong. It just means what it is. We have two different opinions. It doesn't mean that I'm right either. But two things can be true. The things that I'm saying can be true, and the things that they are saying that can be true, because I will no longer ever argue with someone about how I feel and about my opinions. It's just that mine. And I said what I said, and it was no need to go back and forth. I would never do that. It's unnecessary. I said what I said, and that was it. Of course, that individual said something else, even though we're not friends on social media. So I guess the both of us kind of came across each other's posts via shares or screenshots or whatever. But I stand with the children, and I won't apologize about that. But I just wanted to get on here, as I do on Fridays, but also get on to encourage you all to protect our kids, because they shouldn't have to protect themselves, but also be okay with vocalizing how you feel and why you feel the way that you feel, and being all right with just a period on the end of that. Like, you don't have to go into details with anybody to try to justify the way that you feel about something, because we all are how we were raised, good, bad, or indifferent. So if you feel a certain way about something because of your upbringing, because of the things that you experience, because of the things that you're going through, then that's how you feel. I can't and shouldn't try to change your mind about that. And I really don't like my husband calls them hotep. I think that's how you say it. But these conspiracy theorists, these people who believe in the Illuminati and all those things. Now, I'm not saying it's not a secret society. I think in some cases, these organizations can always have some kind of hidden agenda or these secret things that go on. I'm not saying that that doesn't happen. All I'm saying is that I don't live in that type of world. I try to focus on positivity. I try to think about the positive impact that I can have on the world and on individuals, versus how can I destroy or break down, or how many mean or nasty things I can say about an entity or an organization or a group of people, and how I can rattle things up. And I don't know what it is, but I do know that I have noticed, and once you've been around groups of individuals or people and you've studied them, and I'm no expert on people, but I was always curious about the psyche, like how the mind works, how people function, all of these different things. And my bachelor's degree is in psychology. I went to grad school for counselor education. And so I know a little bit about a little bit. But what I noticed is that there are truly some people who do it for, in layman's term, the clout. It's just for the shine. It's that I want to ruffle feathers. Everybody's going right, so let me go left, because that's what's going to get me the attention. And that's how I'm going to stand out. And that's how people are going to notice me. You say it's white. I say, you know what? It's really off white. They love the conflict. They love the drama. They love to just be in the mix of everything. I gotta be in it. And when I'm in it, the only way I can shine and the only way I can get attention is if I go left. I gotta go the opposite way that everybody else is going. And sometimes it's not really truly how they feel inside. Like, they're not passionate about it. It's just that I want to give an alternative to whatever it is that you're saying. They always want to go against the grain. They always want to debate. They always want to challenge you on something. And those people can be exhausting. And when I read certain comments and I read what people are saying, I really realize that some people are just less than smart. And if we don't have the same mindset, if we haven't gone through the same things, if we don't have the same upbringing, then you probably won't get where I'm coming from. And I'm okay with that. I truly am. I have had this podcast and platform for a little while now. My audio podcast does very well. And I am just now getting into this platform of just face-to-face stuff. So this is a crawling experience for me. I hope to take off at some point and walk in this journey of showing my face and talking, because it's a little weird, because unlike some people, I'm not for the shine. I have a lot to say. But my goal and my mission on my platform is never to belittle or bring an entity down. I have an opinion about certain things, but no way, fashion, or form am I trying to make someone feel less than. But I understand that there are some people who just won't ever see the good in something, won't ever see the positive, can't ever say, I understand where these people are coming from. I see it from their perspective, because there's a lot of things I see that piece of it I don't agree with, but part of it I'm like, okay, I understand that. But I won't ever agree with bringing down, or, we say we care about mental health and awareness, right? That's the new thing. But to create that type of negative energy around these group of young people who are just, their minds are just developing. They're just trying to figure out life, and adolescence to me is a pivotal time. And but enough about that. I've given that too much energy already. But back to what I was saying, and just about people in general, be mindful of that. I post a lot. I try to, at least. And I have had a lot of back and forth with people because they didn't agree with my comments. And I don't know why we haven't learned yet to just agree to disagree with certain things, and not feel like we have to get a yin and yang, a left and a right, a up and a down. And I don't go along with things just for the sake of going along with them either. I don't feel like I got to hop on anybody's bandwagon. My favorite quote, it came from a movie, and it was some sort of basketball movie, and I can't remember what's the name of it, but the quote was, great minds don't think alike, they think for themselves. And that's my favorite quote, because I never join the bandwagon on anything. I never wait for somebody to say something and then I'm going to say it, join with them, like, yeah, I agree with that too, what she said. I go with how I feel, and sometimes that is a good thing and sometimes it's a bad thing. But I don't ever want to be a part of this hidden agenda. And when I think about what's going on in the world right now, and I think about these different parties and the Democrats and the Republican, and we're getting ready to have an election here where I live. Some people go along with it just because I said I'm tied with these people. So because I'm tied with this particular party, then I'm going to ride with them no matter what. And I don't agree with that concept. I think that, again, two things can be true. I can be a Democrat and not agree with what the Democrats are doing and going on, and I won't co-sign. I can also be a Republican and not agree with what they got going on and not support them. I don't think that it has to be an all or nothing case or situation all the time. I think that we should be individuals and think about how it benefits and relates to us or our families, and what's best for us moving forward. But can't fight all the battles, and you won't be able to win them if you do, because that's just not how it goes, right? So that's all I had to say about that. Let's get into some fun stuff. That's a little too dark for me right now, and it's Friday. I'm trying to turn up a little bit. I made a note because I did want to talk about something, and I want to get to it as soon as I can find it. I know this is not my podcast platform where I'm typically talking about a hot topic, but I wanted to see if you all saw the Dream and him being accused of rape by one of his former proteges, or whatever, however you say that. So, you know what I thought about? This is just my little theory on things. Why is it that all of the guys that are married that have been accused of similar accusations not been, because people are like, well, Diddy said he was innocent too, and then he got charged, and everyone's the light seems to come on for those people, or either they pay up. But I remember people like, did I make a note of who? I know T.I. is one of them for sure. T.I. is one of them, and Candy and her husband have been one who have been accused of like sex trafficking and having a dungeon and all these other good stuff. And those people end up getting out of the accusations and beating them. And I don't know if it's just that symbolism of family, that they have kids and they're married, and they show that they have love for a woman, and that woman is supporting that man, saying that this isn't who he is, and he's supporting this woman, that whole like just love and unit of family. If that's the reason why their cases always get dropped. But I feel like as Black men, y'all need to get married. I know you're thinking like, how did I get all of that from these situations? But what I'm saying is that these men are older. They are not married. I think the Dream was married at some point. I don't know if it was to Nivea or to Christina Milian. I can't remember which one of them he married, but I am no longer going to say whether I believe or not believe a woman. I think that you should take people's allegations serious, no matter if they're a woman or a man, about anything. And everyone is also innocent until proven guilty. So again, two things can be true. So in those situations, that's what I feel. These are two things that can be true, but we should always reserve judgment and kind of let things play out to see what's what. But the you really need to consider settling down when you get older, and especially if you have these skeletons in your closet, you really need to clean those things up prior to, especially now that you've seen everything happen with Diddy, now that you're seeing everything that's going on with him and everybody else that's been in the headlights, and Nickelodeon, all these people. Go ahead and clean your affairs up now. If you know you got skeletons in your closet, just go ahead. Right. So I see somebody just hopped on, but I wasn't going to be on here long. Go back and watch it for me, whoever you are, from the beginning. But that's my time, y'all. I just wanted to share a couple of thoughts on this Friday night. I hope you all have a good weekend, get some rest, have some fun, all that good stuff. And until next time, guys.